of what I had to endure. So, but it was great. It was great. I'm sure some of you, did you want to ask me a question?
I just wondered what, I didn't want to interrupt, but I wondered what you thought of the last episode.
I loved it.
Were you happy with the character and how it evolved?
I loved the Admiral. I loved the relationship between the two of them. And I was very, very involved in these last two scripts. And I know that it was a bit controversial for some of you, a bit too simple, the ending, perhaps anticlimactic in your perspective, but not mine. We came in that way, and I wanted to go out that way. I felt that it was sufficient that we saw a kamikaze effort on the part of the wiser, deeper, and I would say probably more morally courageous Janeway, who was the Admiral, of 73 years old. Yes, ma'am. There's a chance for everything. Believe me, if they think there is a $1.50, they'll make it. But you know, the next generation is going into their next movie in October. I know. I really can't tell you. Certainly they have not spoken to me about it. But, as you know, science fiction has a funny way of rearing its head. Yes?
What are your future plans?
My future plans are very interesting. And I was going to say to you that I thought when I finished these 7 years, I'd have a little rest. I married a politician. Should have taken a gun to my head at that moment. I married, I think, the finest man in the world. I cannot believe that he asked me to share his life with him, but he did. I have never, in my entire experience as a human being, encountered someone this good. He is running for the governorship of Ohio. His name is Tim Hagen, and we are on the campaign trail. Thank you. This is going to be a tough race. The incumbent is Bob Taft, who's a Republican. I'm sure you can glean that I'm a liberal Democrat. So I'm at his side. And it's everything. It's everything that's... pardon me?
He's funny, too.
Yeah, he's funny. He's marvelous. We can't lose if we lose, because we have a life together. And he has been the great gift. Now, he married me in the middle of this nonsense, right? He married me 3 years ago. Came every 10 days to work with me, leaving the house at 4 a.m. Sat on the soundstage for 18 hours. Did it for 3 years.
That's love.
That's love. I would like to say that's love, but we didn't have time. I was love. Yeah. So I'm very, very excited about this year. The primary is in May. The general, as you know, is in November. And we have a lot to do. My particular area of interest in Ohio is child welfare, foster care, which I got turned on by my friend Rosie O'Donnell, who has left her job to devote the rest of her life to foster care nationwide. And I'm with her on that one. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm supposed to do this play in January. I'm committed to doing it. It's been written for me. It's a one-woman show based on the life of Katharine Hepburn. And... nervous. Hartford. We'll open in Hartford. Are you from Hartford? Will you come? Good. No tomatoes, please. Huh? Okay. Okay. If every 2 seconds you sort of erupt with mad, she's dramatic! I'm really quite nervous about it because I haven't been on the stage in 8 years. And it's at the Hartford stage. It is January, I go to rehearsal January 7th, we open February 7th through the 10th of March, with a view to coming into the city, but the campaign comes first. And of course he wins. The likelihood of that happening is not at all. Because, because, and this is interesting, I think, but I can say this with impunity, I'm 46. I've been a professional actress for 30 years. It's been wonderful to me. I've had a high time, ladies and gentlemen. And this last chapter, the highest of them all. For what I consider to be an above average, for sometimes passionate talent, I have been remunerated beautifully in these last 7 years. And it's time to give back. And that's what I want to do. Which isn't to say that I'm ending my career, but I would say the priority now is greater. And I'm fascinated by this transition in myself, which I think I understood when I married Tim, and I'm very much looking forward to it, especially children, especially children. So I think all in all, it's going to be a very exciting early middle age. Emphasis on early, right? And we will see. Actors often say that they're making the transition, and of course, they're really not, because we love what we do. But I think in this case, I'm going to find my husband's politics very engaging. Are there any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Oh, the cast. Back to the cast. My darling Roxanne Dawson. Wonderful girl. Heart of gold. Intense. And incredibly talented. Do you know how talented she is? She's director. So is Robbie McNeil, also. Marvelous. But she's a wonderful woman. Her temperament, to me, is very exciting. Her goodness to me is always inspiring. When she went to China to adopt a baby, her courage, her moral notion astounded me. I love her. There's great laughter there. Garrett Wong. I was expecting him to come flying through. You know, that's what he does. He leaps onto the stage. Garrett is a nice guy. A nice guy. He's young. He's young. But I saw him grow very much as an actor over those 7 years. You have to always realize when you're talking to me, as the senior member of that group, with the exception, I think, of Robert Beltran, who started at 40 and ended at 82.